Oh,
There
right
it goes.
there.
There
Oh.
we go. There we
Oh,
go.
man.
Today on Rock the Park,
And all of a sudden, you just hear this.
We get caught in a storm of white thunder.
Are we far enough away from this thing?
we're in glacier country, and it's baptism by kayak.
If there's one thing I learned from Titanic, be very careful around this iceberg.
Glaciers aren't the only wild things we encounter.
Right there.
Look at him go
right
up
there.
the
Look at
mountain.
him.
Oh, that's so cool.
Dude, what was that?
Oh my gosh. Oh, oh.
Our trip to Alaska is more than we bargained for, and it starts right now.
Hey, Bear. Just want to go see the Glacier Bear.
I'm Jack Stewart.
And I'm Colton Smith.
We love the national parks.
Oh my gosh. It's all about packing up a car and just doing it. Just hitting the road.
Our goal is to visit every national park in this country.
And when you go off the beaten path like we do,
There's no telling what will happen next.
wow, ready for the time of your life?
Get set to rock the park.
This is the one and only Glacier Bay National Park. Nearly 500,000 people come to Glacier Bay in Alaska every year to watch these massive chunks of ice called glaciers break off into the bay. They call it White Thunder.
200 years ago, the bay didn't even exist. It was buried under thousands of feet of glacial ice.
Since then, in one of the fastest retreats on record, the glaciers have melted back some 65 miles, unveiling a whole new world for us to explore.
Most people check out Glacier Bay on a cruise ship.
But we're not most people.
Look at that.
We're gonna get up close and personal with the whales and the glaciers on sea kayaks.
We're closing in.
Glacier Bay is situated on the Alaska Panhandle between the Gulf of Alaska and Canada. We love to drive, but Juneau is about as close as we can get.
Glacier Bay.
Quick flight and we'll be there.
Looks like
That's it.
From here, our only options are by sea or by air.
All right,
All right, here we go.
let's do it.
Glacier Bay National Park is massive. We're talking 3.3 million acres of mountains, forest, water, and of course, those fierce glaciers.
Woo! We made it. Alrighty, it's Glacier Bay.
Let's do it.
Today, we're gonna tour the bay by boat and then set off to explore the glaciers on our own. But first, a quick safety briefing and a kayak lesson.
This area here, there's like 25-foot tide changes here, right? Which is huge. I mean, it's like the 4th biggest in the world.
It's a lot of water. And what that means for us is if we put our kayaks up on the beach, the next minute, that tide might come in and wash them out to sea.
It's not a myth, it has actually happened, and we don't want that to happen to you, right?
My biggest concern right now is being on a kayak out in the middle of the bay amongst huge whales.
Wow, there are so many whales out there. There's one there. I just saw one over there, and then there's one way off in the distance, too. How close do you think we're gonna get to?
The whales?
Yeah.
If one pops up, for your own safety's sake, you probably want to back off and paddle away.
They don't look at us as a snack, do they?
No, not humpbacks.
Okay, well, thanks. I guess we're all set.
You're gonna be fine.
This is Alaska.
Glacier Bay is an official humpback whale sanctuary, and these massive mammals flock here every summer for one reason: grub, grub, and more grub. In fact, they eat almost half a ton of fish a day.
The adventure begins.
Glacier Bay National Park is 1/5 water, and the whales aren't the only ones looking for lunch.
So Colton just spotted a bald eagle right there on the rocks. Eagle eyes, always watching.
With wingspans of up to 8 feet, bald eagles are Glacier Bay's largest birds. But the park is home to almost 300 other species, including everyone's favorite, puffins.
All these rocks that we're seeing right now were carved and shaped by glaciers. All those bumps is where the ice was coming through and cracking away the rock. It's pretty cool.
And speaking of these rocks, we've just spotted a few mountain goats.
Dude, right there.
Look at him go
right
up
there.
the
Look at him. He's
mountain.
going,
Oh, that's so
he's going
cool.
straight up the cliff.
They're walking on these narrow slabs of rock, and you wonder how they got down there in the first place.
Mountain goats are like trapeze artists, and the special shape of their hooves allows them to leap from ledge to nibble on grasses and low-growing shrubs.
So one thing that you'll see as we're going past these giant rocks is you have seals way up on the ledge, and you're kind of thinking, how did these guys climb up there?
They gather on the rocks during high tide.
These guys gotta wait it out until the tide comes
They
back up.
gotta chill.
And you hear the stellar sea lions.
Shoot. All right, so we just found out that they're sea lions.
They're sea lions.
They're not seals.
They're not seals.
We're not experts.
A lot of people confuse seals and sea lions. The best way to tell them apart is that sea lions have bigger flippers so they can move easily on land. Seals crawl around on their bellies, and sea lions like to hang out in big, loud groups, whereas seals are loners.
It's that typical scene too. You see them just do that.
Yup, these guys are most definitely sea lions.
This gets me excited to get on the kayaks because hopefully we can see these guys even closer up.
With over 600,000 acres of open water and 700 miles of coastline to explore, the vastness of Glacier Bay is no joke. And the surprises just keep on coming.
They just told us that there's a brown bear sighting. We're scanning.
Where's it?
Oh, no, that's a rock.
Is that?
That's a rock.
Yes, that is a bear. That's it right there, isn't it?
Right there? Oh,
Yeah,
and two
there it
cubs.
is.
And
Two
two
cubs.
cubs.
There it is.
Right there, yep.
Thought it was a rock.
Brown bears along the coast feed on all the goodies in the intertidal zone, like barnacles and clams and seagrasses. They've got a lot more options for fattening up than their grizzly cousins who are stuck in the woods.
This is pretty similar to where we're gonna be camping. So we're gonna have to take some major precautions.
Luckily, we've got our bear safety training. We should be okay.
The wildlife in Glacier Bay is unreal, but we haven't laid eyes yet on the main attraction.
Yup, it's time for some white thunder.
Right now, we're trying to work our way over to Marjorie Glacier. It's not an easy job because we're in a pool of icebergs. There's ice chunks everywhere. We're dodging ice chunks left and right.
Getting too close to these glaciers can be super dangerous, even in a large boat.
This is intense.
Oh, you gotta go into it to get back.
And we're about to be cast afloat on kayaks.
Oh, man.
With next to nothing between us and the glaciers, not to mention the whales.
Woo! Woo!
We're in the middle of Glacier Bay in Alaska, dodging icebergs, and hoping to check out the moment a glacier unleashes a huge chunk of ice into the bay.
Oh, right there.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, man.
We're standing on the deck of this ship, and all of a sudden you just hear this, and all of this ice just starts towering down like an explosion.
They're crashing down, hitting the water, and making some pretty big waves, which gets me a little nervous, because I'm thinking, are we far enough away from this thing? Our guide, Ranger Faye Shower, says it's always a good idea to keep your distance from the 25 glaciers in the park.
Most of the time, you're going to get bits and pieces falling off. However, half of the glacier can fall at a time. That would cause an incredible tsunami wave to come.
Oh my gosh.
So because of that, the park recommends we stay a quarter of a mile away.
A glacier is a moving river of ice that forms over many centuries because of heavy snow accumulations. A Tidewater glacier eventually breaks off into the sea, like this one. The Marjorie Glacier is a mile across and 35 stories tall, and extends 21 miles up into the mountains. It's the largest glacier in the park.
To put into perspective how big this thing is, there's a cruise ship that is just gigantic, and it looks like a toy compared to this glacier. Just
Most impressive thing is how fast this glacier is moving out of the mountains. On average, it's moving 7 feet a day.
That's amazing.
That's insane. Every day?
The entire glacier. Remember, the whole thing is moving.
By definition, glaciers are always moving. Due to climate change, most glaciers on the planet are melting. But here in Glacier Bay, a couple are still growing because of the heavy snowfall.
We're gonna be kayaking today. Is there anything we should be aware of?
Yes, you do want to be aware of the tides changing throughout the day. Many people go into the wilderness leery of the bears, but it's the weather that can get you.
Okay.
Between the tides, the weather, and the crumbling glaciers, we've got a lot to pay attention to while kayaking. Our goal is to reach another glacier further out in the bay and then try to hike on it.
This is gonna be awesome. It's time to get started. The ship drops us off at a landing roughly 4.5 miles from where we plan to camp tonight.
Have fun, you guys! See ya! We're on our own. The wind is blowing right now, and I'm freezing. It's getting me pretty nervous about getting out on the kayaks on our own.
It's gonna add to the adventure.
If this wind is that strong, it could easily push me over, and I do not want to be in that water when a huge whale comes swimming by. And, oh yeah, not to mention hypothermia.
You gotta stop worrying. So it's time to get in the water. And I have to say, I kind of underestimated my kayak. I'm thinking that it's gonna be just hop in and kind of start cruising. Not exactly how it turned out.
Where do these waves come from?
I don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh, this water is so cold. Oh my. I made a big mistake, dude. Maybe we should have gotten a double.
Okay, so we're a little wet, but we're on our way.
It may not be pretty, but I'm moving. This is what I'm talking about.
Now we're in open water, man.
See that iceberg?
You want to get there?
Yeah, you ever paddled to an iceberg before?
I haven't.
All right.
Yeah, that's ice. We go try to find some animals, maybe some whales.
No.
Come on, you're only kayaking Glacier Bay once.
Dude, what was that? Did you see that? They told us not to go near the whales.
That's not a humpback whale, that's a cute little sea otter.
Sea otters were almost driven to extinction in the last century, but they're making a big comeback. In 1995, there were no sea otters here, and today, there are more than 3,000.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Pretty incredible. Dude, look at that.
Oh my gosh. That's our glacier.
That's it, man. Wow, it's so blue.
It's gigantic, and we're still like a mile out, and that thing looks enormous.
This is Lamplugh Glacier, the one we plan to climb on tomorrow.
Keep your eyes peeled for ice.
Did you see that? Those black dots right there? Those are seals.
This time, we're ready. We know these are harbor seals because of their small flippers and sausage-like bodies. They're also one of the orca's favorite snacks, so we should keep an eye out.
What was that? Dude, is that a whale?
All right, that is literally the 5th time that you've thought that you've seen a whale. That's an iceberg. The boy who cried orca.
Well, it was something. I'm sorry.
So we're having a great kayak session, okay? It's been nice, the waters are nice and calm, and out of nowhere, the weather changes, the sun goes away. I am cold and it is windy. I mean, really windy.
The tide's rushing in, dude. That's why we're getting these waves.
Yeah, this is getting rough really fast. The wind is really starting to pick up too. I think we should call her quits, turn back, go back and find our campsite.
We need to get to shore, but that's easier said than done.
Oh, now the waves come. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Coming up, our moment of truth at the glacier.
Oh, geez. Look at that. That's how you kayak, man. Oh, now the waves come. Oh my gosh. Oh, 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 jeez.
This is not what we're supposed to be doing.
Oh, I'm wet. Oh, man.
We've been battling the elements in Glacier Bay. After a less than stellar kayak landing, we dried off and set up camp for the night. It's morning, and time to hike up to Lamplugh Glacier.
And this is it. This is the day that we're gonna go set foot on a glacier. So, do we have everything that we need?
Yeah, I've got my crampons. Get those fastened to your bag.
Yep, I'm going to. You have water.
I have plenty of water.
Okay.
So, let's get
Ready?
to it.
Oh, there goes our trail.
To get to the glacier, we need to bushwhack through dense brush called alder for a couple of miles, climbing this steep coastline.
Here's the alder.
Uh-oh.
There's no official trail, so we've got to rely on our instincts. And that's gonna be tough with the alder blocking our view in every direction.
We are not in control.
What'd they call it? Alder whacking? Caught.
Oh!
This is like walking into a cornfield.
Except the cornfield is full of poisonous plants and bears.
Oh, that's right. Bears. Man, I almost forgot.
Hey, bear! Hey, bear!
The best way to avoid confrontation with the bear is to let him know you're coming.
Hey, bear! Hey, bear! Just want to go see the glacier, bear. Here we go.
Looks like it's gonna get a lot easier from here. You follow the stream, you'll find the glacier.
Oh. I think we'll know when we're near the glacier when it starts to get really cold.
We knew this hike was gonna be tough, but I'm starting to think we're lost.
Oh no, uh-oh. We've lost the stream. Ooh, a footprint. Someone's been here.
But did they come back?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I still don't see the glacier. You might want to tie your
These backcountry adventures, they'll rough you up. So we're climbing and climbing, and finally we get through the alder and we see the bay. We're looking at water. We know we're getting close.
Oh man,
Wow.
there it is.
Wow. My gosh, that thing is huge. You've got different colors too, from like the rocks and then the bright blue up on top of it.
It's pretty cool. Let's work our way down.
Just get a little bit of a closer view and then go from there.
Our #1 goal this trip has been to set foot on a glacier, and we finally come face to face with one. But now that we're on the very edge, we're seeing something that we've been warned about.
Oh man, okay. I don't think we can do this.
After a 2-day journey, we finally make it to Lamplugh Glacier.
Being right next to this glacier, it's a pretty cool experience.
It's a sight I've never seen before.
Right now, all I'm thinking is I want to set foot on this glacier. That's what we came here to do.
I don't think we can do this.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. But as we get closer and closer, we start to realize that that might not be the smartest thing in the world. We thought we were right on top of this thing, but it's still a good
50 yards away, and that's to get to the very bottom, which is not the place that we've been told we want to be.
This thing is cracking like crazy. We've been told that if you step on an unstable glacier, you can fall into it, or if you're below it, you can get hit by a massive chunk of ice.
We may be new at this, but we're not stupid.
Dude, I think we just sit here and take it in and
Hear that?
yeah, we're here.
It's cracking as we speak.
We're just hearing this
Yeah,
thing crack away and calve away. I think we just take it in from here.
Let the glacier be for today. Save the crampons for another adventure.
Exactly. Unbelievable.
I came to Glacier Bay thinking, maybe I'll see a whale. I'll see a couple glaciers. It surpassed my wildest expectations. We saw so many cool things. We saw goats and bears and sea lions. Sea lions.
We learned a lot on this one. I know I did. I will say, those kayaks, it kind of terrified me at first. So it was very cool for us to get out there and really get past that fear, I think.
You know, even if we didn't walk on a glacier, it was still everything that we could have hoped for.
Honestly, when it comes down to it, we worked hard to get there.
Yes, we did. We made the smart decision and just took it in from a little distance without getting too dangerously close. I'm gonna be sad to leave this place.
I definitely will too.
It is beautiful.
Glacier Bay was the thrill of a lifetime. And remember, if we can do it, so can you.
So the next chance you get, go out and rock the park. everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave any questions or comments that you have.
And please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come.